Well, looks like someone made it all the way to the top 8 with Ban Toxic. I wonder who that could be. Hi there, my name is Scrambit, and I like Magic the Gathering. A lot. Being such a big fan of the game, one of my dreams was always to compete in the Pro Tour. So for that end, I actually started getting into competitive Magic this year, and even earned myself an invitation to the Regional Championship. Which, by the way, if you want to learn about how I qualify for that tournament, you can learn all about it right up there. The tournament I qualified for was RC Montreal, which was a standard tournament happening in May. However, that was a bit of a problem for me because that was right after my final season in university. However, between my last final and the day of the RC, I actually had around 2 weeks of wiggle room, so as long as I used those 2 weeks to practice hard, learn the metagame, I should be just... I'm sorry, what exactly are you doing?
I'm filming a video about how I won the last RC.
Oh, wait, no, what about practicing?
Oh, practice? I'll do that after. I'll have plenty of time after that.
No, that sounds like a terrible idea, don't do that.
Oh shit, not good.
So I showed up to the tournament with very little practice. However, I wasn't in that bad of a spot. You see, the deck I was bringing was Ban Toxic, which was very well positioned against the current metagame. You see, in Magic, some matches feels like two chess grandmaster, trading move and looking for micro advantages, while others feels like getting into a wrestling match against a bear. Currently in Standard, there were 7 top strategies. My deck absolutely destroys 2 of them. I have a pretty decent game plan against 3 of them, but my problem is with the last 2. The first one is called Slogurk Legend. Now this was a newer deck that popped up in the meta around 2 months before the tournament, and I had 0 practice against it, which means I really don't know if my deck even fares that well against it. But that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue was Boros Convoke. You see, this strategy was very popular online, which means I've played against it a lot. And let me tell you, if a bad matchup is like getting mauled by a wild grizzly bear, this one was like getting hit by an 18-wheeler. Seriously, I've played over 24 matchups against this deck, and I've won exactly twice. However, because I have so much experience against this deck, I actually have a super secret strategy to counteract it.
Lord Richard Garfield, accept this sacrifice and make me not match up against Boros Convoke!
What the fuck?
So the day of the tournament arrived and I was feeling a little bit nervous. The top 12 players in the tournament get an invitation to the Pro Tour, but to even get there, I first need to qualify for day 2, which means getting a record of at least 5 wins and 3 losses. So I was really hoping, come on, give me an easy matchup to start the day, something to build up morale.
And Anthony Lee has knocked out Reed Duke, and that is your player of the year right there.
Well, shit. So, as my Pro Tour opponent handed me their deck list, I noticed a sliver of hope. My opponent was playing Golgari midrange and were not playing any copy of Cutdown in their main board, which was their best card against me. So, could it be? Do I have a chance to win here?
I think I'll cast Duress and take this card. I'll cast Duress and take this card. Duress. Give me that!
So the answer is no. Turns out when your opponent takes 3 cards out of your hand by turn 2, you do not win that game. So we move on to game 2, and this time I get on the aggressive. I was able to get them up to 8 poison counter, and then I hit a snag. Oh my god, why did I put so many Seed Core into the deck? I don't even have the blue to cast this March of Swirling Mist for lethal!
I'll channel Boseiju.
Oh fuck yeah! So, after Anthony kindly allowed me to go fetch for an island with my Boseiju, I was able to win that game, and we move on to game 3. This time, I was in a very similar position. I was able to be super aggressive at the start, but then I kinda ran out of gas. Okay, Scrambits, you've been in this position before. All you need to do is get just 2 more poison counters. Heart of the cards, don't fail me now. Cast Experimental Augury. Please be a pull for it, please be a pull for it, please be a pull. Oh! And that's how you do it, baby! We just beat a Pro Tour level player. Now, sure, we got a little bit lucky with our top decks, but I'm sure that won't come back to bite us in the ass.
You have 50 minutes. Round 2 is started. You may begin.
Fuck! Oh, mulligan. Fuck! So we lose round 2. However, a record of 1-1 is still very salvageable, so we just gotta focus up and meet my round 3 opponent, which is Rakdos Midrange. That wasn't on the list of top decks I prepared for. Yeah, it turns out our opponent was playing some of their own custom strategy centered around Trumpeting Carnosaur, but we were able to win game 1 super easily. And let's be honest here, we're playing a tiered meta strategy, and they're playing some kind of rogue deck list. I mean, there is no way we lose this, right? Yeah, it turns out when the opponent casts a Trumpeting Carnosaur and discovers into a board wipe, both game 2 and game 3, you do lose to a rogue strategy, as it turns out. So after round 3, there was a lunch break, and this is where I really need to recompose myself. In any kind of these competitive event, it's easy to let a lose streak get to you, but all you can do is to focus on your future matchup. So I recollected myself, showed up to my round 4, and great. This one was like getting hit by an 18-wheeler.
By 18-wheeler. 18-wheeler.
So here we are, 1-3. One more loss and we will functionally be eliminated from day 2. However, if you've seen any sports movie before, you should know that it is always darkest before the dawn. So we show up to round 5 and we see that our opponent is on the mysterious Slogger list. However, we were able to crush them game 1, so honestly, I don't even understand why this is a top tier meta strategy.
Channel Boseiju to kill your land. Bounce Slogger, get these lands back.
Channel Boseiju to kill your land. Bounce Slogger, get these lands back.
Channel Boseiju to kill your land. Bounce Slogger, get these lands back.
Swing with 17-17. I win.
Oh, so that's why it's good. Yeah, it turns out they just loop Boseiju and Slogurk over and over again to blow up all of your land and swing at you with a 17-17. But that's fine, we've learned our lesson, so game 3, we didn't let them resolve a single Slogurk. But the deck is called Slogurk Legends, and they have a lot of other legends. Okay, Scrambits, you are facing down lethal, and you do not have blockers, so Jesus, you're gonna need one hell of a top deck here. March, you certainly missed all your blockers.
In response, channel Tekenuma, return Harvester to hand, cycle Harvester, kill a guy. I go to Night Poison.
Shit. And there it was. That was how my first RC experience went. I kept playing throughout the day just for fun, but even then, I only ended up with a record of 3-5, which is nowhere near good enough to qualify for day 2. Oh, I'm sorry. You were curious about this graphic I've been teasing this entire time. No. That's not me. That's Ruby Moreau. In fact, I was one of 9 other players to bring Ban Toxic to this tournament, and I was the only person who did not qualify for day 2. So what's the moral of the story here? There's probably some kind of lesson about hubris and not resting on one's laurel. I probably should have spent the last 2 weeks actually practicing instead of making a YouTube video bragging about my past accomplishment. But counter argument, I got like 30,000 views on that sucker, so fuck you, I've made 0 mistakes, and I am literally perfect. Hi everyone, Ancard Scrambits here, and I just want to say thank you so much for blowing up my last Magic video. It was my first time making something like that, and I'm so happy you all enjoyed it. If you want to see more stuff like it in the future, drop a comment, maybe subscribe to the channel. I'll try to make more Magic content moving forward, and I hope you all enjoy it. So hopefully I'll see you then. Bye bye.